Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, YouTube?
Welcome back to another episode. Today we talking about inflation, but we always start off with the beer of the day.
You already know.
Today we got some
Check 'em out.
Texican, Three Nations Brewery. This is a 4.3%er Mexican lager. Let's try her out.
Try her out.
Inflation, baby. What y'all know about inflation?
Let's know about it. Oh, this one gave me a little dirty.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, bud.
Ooh. Taste it.
That's a good one.
Taste it.
I like it, man.
Good beer.
Mm-hmm.
Old Texican, baby.
Good old Tex with a can.
Heck yeah.
Mexican lager. That's how you say that, right? Lager? I figured you know that.
Heck yeah, Jimmy. So what you got for us on inflation today?
Well, the beer's good, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, beer is good.
All right. So, this is an article by Hartford Funds.
Hartford Food.
Hartford Fund. So, what is inflation? Inflation is why your groceries cost more today than they did a year ago.
Just groceries?
What? No, I mean, probably more than that.
Yeah.
And way more than 50 years ago. In technical terms, it's a rise in the cost of goods and services that ultimately erodes long-term purchasing power. You may hear it referenced in terms of the CPI, or Consumer Price Index.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
The price
really
is
giving them a
everything
breeze.
going up.
Yeah.
Price of everything going up.
But it also says that inflation first began after World War II. And ever since, the price is going up.
Price going up since World War II.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. I know that my grocery bill is expensive.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I know everybody's is, man. Everything, gas, everything.
Yeah. Cost of living.
Yeah. The most recent bout of U.S. inflation cropped up after the COVID-19 pandemic. Stimulus money helped keep consumer demand high, and supply chains couldn't keep up.
Yeah. I remember that because the COVID closed down a bunch of factories and stuff.
Oh,
so, there was
I got
much
you.
less product being produced.
Ah, okay, I got you. However, even once most supply and demand imbalances corrected, widespread inflation proved sticky and tough to eliminate. So it's kind of like cancer.
Yeah.
So once you get it, man, if I'm trying to get rid of it,
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that really being a thing, dude, because COVID really did, wipe out a bunch of businesses, and so everything was much harder to get, so it was more expensive to get.
Right. Yeah, I
You
heard.
had money for it, you can get it. If you didn't, tough shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard like in LA there's some street that's like super famous for the restaurants. They're like everywhere. And like 90% or more of them all closed up.
Yeah.
Went out of bid.
A lot of small businesses couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
A lot of the big money making
Yeah.
motherfuckers, they were able to survive through it, you know. But all these small mom and pop shops, they struggle. Putting them out.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it is, man. So inflation impacts our daily lives by rising prices, diminish your purchasing power. So prices of everything going up and your pay staying the same.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue.
Right.
I'm ready for a raise. I'd like more money, dude.
Your income may not cover as much as it used to. Higher price tags can be particularly challenging for those on a fixed income because they may not need to dig deeper into their nest egg than planned.
Okay. See,
I wonder what it means on a fixed income. What does that mean?
well, because like, so you're on a fixed rate, you know, so either it's your hourly rate or even salary. I think you're on a fixed rate. You get that regardless
Of your hours.
hours. So maybe salary is what they're talking about there or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of salary jobs as well, you know.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that will get promoted within the same company and go from hourly to salary.
Right.
And they're just walking an extra 10 feet to their other office or whatever.
Exactly. That's pretty wild.
So the Federal Reserve monetary policy is to keep inflation near 2% over the long term.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I think right now it's 3.
Yes.
So
They're slowing down
3.2.
right now, but you know, I also think that it always slows down when it's coming to the presidential election because then they're like fighting on, oh, we're going to save everybody money and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when it's always at its lowest, and then as soon as someone gets in office, whoever it is, right back up.
Right back up. Yeah. So 2%. Oh yeah. So the 2% target is meant to keep inflation gradual and more predictable, to help minimize its impact over the last 25 years. The average inflation rate was 2.6.
20 years ago.
Yeah, for the last 25 years. So I think starting 2022 is whenever it went up past that.
Yeah, that was right after COVID.
Yeah, like during
Or during.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that might have been during.
Yeah. You see, I mean, it's funny because I even saw something or read an article on this guy that went to, he does the Walmart pickup for groceries. And he looked back at like 2020, 2021 and tried to place the exact same order, and it was $150 more expensive today.
Yeah.
So that shows you how much the inflation has gone up.
Right.
And see, and I just don't see the inflation going back down. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? It goes up, and then if it stays steady, then at least people are prepared. You know,
Yeah, you get used to it or
kind of
whatever.
right. But you know, when when's it gonna go back down? To,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, someone was telling me that right now in the U.S. we've got the highest percentage of working homeless people. I think ever recorded in U.S. history.
That's why.
I think that started around 2022 as well.
Well, the cost of living is insane as well.
Yeah.
Can't even get an apartment, dude. I mean, you go to the in-town suites and it's $330 a week.
Yeah.
Hell, that's $1,600 a month.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
on top of everything else, that's high dollar, man. That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
How does anybody survive on it?
I don't know, man. It's been rough out here in the streets.
Yeah.
What stops inflation? Supply and demand can balance on their own and stabilize prices. But when inflation is widespread or climbing too rapidly, the Fed can step in and raise interest rates. In 2022 and 2023, for example, the Fed hiked rates from near 0 to more than 5% to help fight inflation.
See, I mean, I also seen that they did that with like even buying cars and stuff right after COVID. The getting loans, anything like that, the interest rates went way high.
Yeah, and that was for people with good credit.
With good credit, which is kind of great, you know. I mean, now these people are going to have to spend all this money in interest just because of inflation. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so I guess COVID kind of caused a lot of inflation because of businesses going out and people getting laid off. Because that's the thing about people getting laid off is then they get an employment. So then the government is funding them, and the government's making money off of everybody's taxes. And so if there's businesses going out, then that's less taxes that they're making.
Yeah.
And so there's maybe possibly kind of spending more than their income.
Hey, but the Mint's still printing money, dude.
That's just printing.
They're still printing money.
Yeah. Every day, bud.
Every day. Which is wild, too.
Yeah.
More day.
So higher interest rates help reduce demand by making borrowing costs higher. Both businesses and consumers may rethink taking out a loan or put off major purchases until rates come back down. Cutting rates works the opposite way by helping to encourage borrowing. Oh, I get it. So they make it a little more undesirable.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're less tempted or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I totally understand that. I live it myself sometimes, you know. I'm like, fuck, I want to get this to consolidate debt, but the interest rates are so high, it turns me away.
Right.
What other options do I have?
Yeah.
Or do I just wait?
Yeah.
You know, until rates go down. So I guess, so inflation, you know, so the cost of things pretty much stays at well, right now or whatever, you know, you're saying that we're back down to the 3% or whatever, and so like that is keeping that rate. But as far as interest rates and as far as like taxes and stuff like that, that does kind of go up and down, which helps the economy.
Right.
Which is nice.
Right.
Need a break. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
So once inflation normalizes, some items may return to their pre-inflation prices, though often at a slower pace than inflation. So the price goes back down much slower than it went up.
Right.
But unfortunately, since prices tend to trend upward over time, some may never return to previous lows. That's part of the Fed's 2% inflation goal. Gradual inflation shows the economy is growing, but usually at a pace that's manageable.
Okay.
So inflation can be good if it's manageable. If it's not, it's like a wildfire or something.
Well, I mean, like you said, look at the amount of homeless people and all of this. I mean, so obviously it's not manageable around here, and we can send money to all these other countries and go to war and all this bullshit, but we can't take care of our own people. We'll let everybody else in, but can't take care of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like in Paris, if you are a citizen and you have a child, their government will send somebody to your house for an hour each and every single day, whether you're a single parent or not, to babysit your child for an hour.
Nice.
At your house. They come
so
over.
Get some action. We'll be right back.
Hey, I mean, hey, that might be child endangerment then. You leave a child locked up in a room and then you get,
Well, no,
get to
because
make
the guy's coming to babysit your kids, so you can...
Oh, you and the child. They're talking about the one coming over to watch the kid.
Nah. your spouse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever you want to do for that hour.
Right.
And it's free.
Go see a movie, go over
It's
there.
free. You don't pay nothing.
Yeah, see, that's legit.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool. I don't know. I feel like sometimes a lot of other countries are better at looking out for each other.
Smart.
Yeah. Like you get a benefit just for being there.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
Which I guess we have benefits here as well. But
Yeah.
we got daycare over here, bud.
We got daycare. Yeah, you know how much the inflation has caused daycare cost?
Yeah, daycare's gone
It's
up.
freaking $300 a fucking week for
one.
a kid.
Each kid, yeah.
$300 a week for a kid? Jeez. And that's a house payment.
Yeah, I think even at that is right now a decentish price.
So you better be rich. Or you're staying home with your kids. And then you're homeless because you can't pay the bills by staying home, not working.
Right.
It's kind of bugged up, lose-lose situation there.
Yeah, you know, last time I went to the doctor, the receptionist lady.
Just kidding.
Something like that. But I'm, you know, out there. I'm like, you know, right there paying or whatever, you know. And this little kid come running from back there. They run up to her, and she's like, "No, you need to go back and sit down and play with your game or whatever." And I was like, "Oh shit, she's babysitting her kid up here."
Bringing your kids to work day every day, huh?
Hey, but I think it's a good thing for a business. Like, I think that it's good. Like, it'd be good as like for management to like look out for your employees in that way.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid ain't there all the time, but
right.
hey, if she has to bring her kid, well then guess what? That's one less employee, or that's one more employee you get to have there. That
put them to work.
Hey, give them the scrubber and have them scrub the urinals.
There you go. There's your janitor.
Yeah, and then instead of worrying about inflation, you'll be worrying about child labor laws.
Exactly.
I guess which one do you want to worry about? You know?
Right.
Hey, but I mean that could actually be kind of, you know, going against inflation for yourself, because that's like, you know, you could pay this kid like 25 cents an hour.
No, China does.
So you're saving a little.
Right.
Do it.
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, me neither.
I've heard. I've heard the word on the street.
Word on the
It's
street
going up like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. So what if prices reverse course sharply? The Fed strives to maintain a Goldilocks-like balance of inflation. Goldilocks. The Fed strives to maintain a Goldilocks-like balance of inflation that's neither too high nor too low. If prices decline rapidly, known as deflation. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
When the fuck did that ever happen?
Right. Every time I fart and deflate.
Every time I'm tired, my truck gets low or something.
Right.
The fuck? Deflation.
That's what we need. Some deflation.
I'm telling you. It can be a sign of a weakening economy.
Yeah.
Without sufficient demand, companies may end up cutting.
Deflation?
Deflation is a sign
Of weakness?
of weakness.
Oh.
What does that mean?
That's wild.
Like a weakness in the government, or a weakness in the people, or a weakness in both?
Yeah.
Like the other guys,
Economy.
this other guy's government's looking at you like, pussy.
Right?
Deflation. Yeah, they are what?
Yeah. We're still.
All the citizens are happy about it. The government's looking like a punk ass or something.
Yeah. Well, see, it's funny because like a lot of other countries and shit, they got like kings, queens, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So the government is much different than what we're used to in America, and so I could see maybe like it being a weakness at some spot like that, because the kings and queens all have everything that they ever needed, and then the higher ups, and then everybody else is just peasants and shit. So
Well, that's
really,
kind of how it works here too, though.
well, kind of with homeless people and all this. I mean, the homeless rates are through the roof. I mean, we got tent city everywhere. And
We do that.
huh? just because
Right here in Texas, baby.
too expensive. I mean, and a lot of them are vets. You know?
Yeah,
That's the sad part.
yeah, but
Is
you
come
know,
and serve, and then
one thing I don't understand.
hurt.
So my brother and father both did, right?
Yeah.
So my dad was in the Air Force the last 2 years of Vietnam. So this is a long time ago. My brother was in Afghanistan, so that was pretty recent, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So they both got the same benefit though, and that's $0 down on the house.
Yeah.
So if you serve in the
Hey.
military
College paid.
and your college
There's
paid,
benefits.
that's just one term or whatever. Whatever your contract is when you sign,
You know?
yeah, you complete that. You complete your contract and you get honorable discharge. So, but I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you do, and like these guys go to war and they get fucked up.
But you come
So
back,
they come
you come back
and,
with PTSD and all these other issues.
well, see, yeah, the sad thing is this, man. These guys come back
and all this.
because I mean, look, if you went in the military, you obviously had a decent head and shoulders, I would say. You know, I'm not saying you're a good person, but you were thinking about the future. Or
Right.
something.
And I think that
Or you were trying to get out of a sticky situation or something. Right.
Right.
Some people do that.
Well, or some people just, they really are into that. And
Or some people are really into it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys come back, and so you get debriefed. Like, so if you go overseas or anything, before you even come back to well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm not totally sure on that. But it might be before you come back to the U.S., or it might be once you get back to the U.S., but you get debriefed. You have to get debriefed before they let you go. And so these guys are getting debriefed, and they're just like, oh, you're all fucked up. All right, go on with you. Or what?
Good luck.
Because if you go to war and then you come back and you don't even want to like work or something, you're not going to come back normal.
Right.
You're fucked up.
Well, see, but if you serve for 20 years or whatever, and so you get your retirement, then you're still gaining a decent check,
Right.
and so you could live on that. You could even go back to work and then have extra income, So there is benefits with it,
Right. But see, like that's if you do the 20 years. So if you don't,
Right.
then
Yeah, exactly.
you make what you made while you were in.
Yeah.
And if you have any disability, then you'll get paid for that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I heard that even if you're in the military, you can go buy like a brand new car, and you don't have to make a single payment on that car until you're out of the military.
I think that could possibly be true, but I think it's if you go overseas. Like if you buy a car and then 2 months later you go overseas, while you're gone, you don't have to pay.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then once you come back, but I think it's like your contract gets put on hold. So if you sign a 5-year contract and you're gone for a year, then and you have that car for 2 months, and then 2 months is taken away from that 5 years, and then that year you're gone, your shit's on pause. So then once you come back, now you got 4 years, 10 months still. And I think I could be wrong on that.
No, I mean they're not going to just make your payments for you.
Right.
You're still going to have to pay the term.
Yeah. But I mean, you're probably still going to get a
while
discount
you're in, you don't
and all
have
this
to.
shit,
Yeah, you probably get a military discount. I mean, you can go to like freaking a restaurant and get military discounts
Right,
in
yeah.
different stores.
And I agree with
And
that.
stuff
I
like
think
that.
you should.
Yeah, I mean, you fought
You should.
for our freedom.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a
You fought
thing
to bring
It's
the
a lot of
inflation
sacrifice.
back down.
Exactly, man.
I think it's time for another text kid for me, Jimmy.
Oh, is that what we did? Yes, it is. Shit. All right, might grab me one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think I'll take one. Oh, Texarkana, man. Are you a Texarkana or Texarkana?
You the Texarkana or Texarkana, baby?
I think I'm a Texarkana, dude.
This is a really good beer. It's got like a subtle taste of like corn in it, but
Yeah, I do taste that. It's like almost like a corn chip.
yeah.
Oh, look, he's got corn on the shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Stuff, man. I dig it.
Yeah.
That's good shit right there. So it says without sufficient demand, companies may end up cutting production and jobs. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Right. Which kind of
I think that's with or without inflation.
all that. Yeah.
If you're not making the money, you're
You're
going to
not
cut back on
making
something.
Right. Yeah.
How often has inflation been an issue?
I would say,
I think I already read something about World War II.
yeah, since World War II, right? So it's weird because, like, even back then, dude, you buy a brand new badass car, dude. The fucking badass Camaro, fucking T-top, badass fucking ride, bro.
World War II?
Well, somewhere in there, yeah. And it was like $2,000.
Right, but see, $2,000. See, like,
You're trying to go buy a brand new fucking Camaro today, it's fucking 40 grand, 60 grand.
Well, it's also just like, I remember you were telling me your dad's pay when he first started out as an electrician.
Right. So the pay was also different as
It was
well.
like single digit.
Yeah, you made,
But that was good money.
$4 or $5 an hour, $3 an hour, or something. But yeah, it was big money when you.
When you fucking only got to pay $2 grand on a fucking car.
But I think that the cost of things have gone up higher than the rate of pay.
Yeah. Like the cost of living in general is exceeding the pay of the average American.
Right.
But see, inflation isn't just in America. Apparently, once Russia invaded Ukraine, it affected economies around the world. So,
Yeah.
I remember my mom told me that, I think it was the Vietnam War, they were sanctioning all goods in America. So every American was allowed a certain amount of gas per week.
Oh, no kid.
So you could only go and get a certain amount. I don't know how they kept track of that, but I think they had, I don't know, dude. They set the gas pump up, or. But I remember my mom was telling me that. I think it was Vietnam War. She was telling me that
you
could only get a certain amount of gas.
Get 5 gallons or something.
Yeah, or something. If you went to Home Depot and you were getting wood or anything, you would only get a certain amount. Or they were sanctioning things just in case. They had to start sending shit like galore out there because that was a fucked up war.
Right. I don't know a whole lot about the Vietnam War.
Yeah, see, I know a lot about it because my dad was in the last 2 years and shit. So yeah, apparently the whole thing was over communism.
Well, yeah, because they were a communist country, so we're trying to go over there, and then we fucking started war.
Well, so it's just like
trying to rebuild their government and then have them.
I don't know. So I guess I don't know who fucking started it. It might have been George Washington for all I know.
George Washington.
No, I mean like America policing the world, right? That's where it all gets hanky-janky, if you ask me, right? And so I kind of agree with it though, right? Because if you keep people in check, if somebody's going to do that, because like if you didn't keep people in check, then this guy over here is like just doing all this shit behind your back, and the next thing you know, whoa, shit, this motherfucker's flying over.
Yeah.
And you've got planes galore and motherfuckers jumping out and all this shit.
Well, see, that's what they did. Wasn't that World War II though, when Pearl Harbor and all that? Or was that Vietnam?
No, Pearl Harbor was whenever we were at war with Japan. That was.
They come and bombed us in Hawaii. Bombed our.
They weren't just bombing. They were shooting the bombs out of the planes and driving the plane right into the ships. So they were using the plane as a bomb as well. That's why it was pretty devastating.
And then
all those pilots.
We dropped an A-bomb.
Yeah.
Wiped them out.
That was the last thing that they did in fucking.
It wasn't World War II?
No. World War II was America, Germany, Russia, France,
with
maybe even Britain.
Hitler and all that.
Yeah. Russia was our ally. And Russia lost the most men in that war than any other motherfucker.
No kidding.
And because of that war, they have a shortage of men in Russia. For every 3 women, it's like 1 man or something. Because of that, today,
hell yeah,
from that war, dude, they're short on men today.
Hey, them men are lucky, bro.
Dude. 200 million. I think is what they lost.
At least
America lost 440,000.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shitload, you know. But
I think they lied. It was like 2.2 million, 220 million, something like that. I read a thing on that a while ago.
that's wild.
Nobody talks about it either. That's the other weird thing. You don't learn about that in
Well,
school.
see, I mean, I think that they did the same thing in China or something, or maybe it was because of population. They were wanting population.
No, that was
control,
Japan
so
too, I think.
where like they would kill your
Oh yeah, that's China. That is China.
your female.
Yeah,
male.
yeah. I don't know if they're doing that anymore. I don't know if they're doing it anymore.
Nah.
Could you imagine?
Nah, that's insane.
Like, so what do you do when your wife's pregnant
Well,
and you
it's
find out she's having a girl?
hey, it's kind of like the abortions that they allow here.
Well, not in Texas anymore, but
Right.
yeah, in the U.S. It is happening in the
Do
U.S.
they
think-
said abortion's not allowed here?
I know for sure in Texas. It may be all of the U.S. I'm not sure.
Huh? Nah.
I think it's still going on in the U.S. It's not Texas. You can't do it in Texas.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're in Texas and you want an abortion, you got to leave Texas.
When did that come about?
I think it's been like that for like a year or two.
No, okay. But recent.
I think so. Something like that. No, maybe that kind of happened a little recent.
Yeah, I've seen some things with the election thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Whether they want it to be okay or not, because there is like certain circumstances where you should be able to.
dude, I feel like I'm all for it.
Really?
Because I mean, how you gonna force somebody? Okay, yeah, I understand. Like they made a mistake. Could have used the condom. Could have pulled out. Could have just not had sex. Whatever, right? But so now an abortion's not a thing. So now this person that's fucked off. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, someone got raped, right?
Okay, yeah,
this
yeah,
guy
I'm with you on
went and
that.
Raped
I'm with
this
you on
girl and then
I'm with
fucking
you on
nutted in her. Now she's pregnant and like,
Yeah,
fucking,
I'm with you on that. With you on that.
I think that
Definitely
she
with you.
deserves to not have to birth that baby.
Yeah, if she don't want to. I'm with you on that. With you on that.
But if you're together with somebody and you intentionally are having sex and fucking you get pregnant, that you're stuck with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't like go and kill this being because
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I feel like forcing somebody to raise this child. So then, what does that child's life look like?
well, true. I mean, so like
does that mother really love
regardless.
them, or are
I
they
mean,
really
that's-
living the life that they? Because you know what that baby's going to grow up to be if that's the case, right?
yeah,
They're gonna be gangbanging. They're gonna be stealing cars. They're gonna be selling drugs on the street. They're gonna be getting in gunfights
Yeah.
and hitting innocent bystanders by accident because it happens all the fucking time.
I agree.
You know, so to me, that's one less person I got to worry about breaking into my damn truck.
True.
That's how I feel about it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I kind of also don't agree forcing somebody to have a baby that they don't want to have because of the baby's sake. The baby might be better off not being here.
Right.
That's my take on it. You know, I don't agree with it, but I feel like in today's world with how things are going, and
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's enough bullshit going on, man.
Yeah, it's scary what's going on.
I think people should be smarter. You should have birth control. You should have condoms.
No,
And if you can't afford either one, then that's the only bad thing. Sex is free, though.
it is, and it's nice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But I don't know, man. You should be able to fund your activities. I think you know.
Right, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is what I think about it, dude. That baby's probably got a rough life, man.
Right.
But there's been plenty of people that come out of a rough life and end up doing something great for themselves.
No doubt.
But the percentage of that compared to people that go the wrong way in a situation like that, I mean, you can't even compare them to that. It's like 0.001
Yeah.
percent of those people will end up being good.
True.
Yeah.
Well, they're lucky because those people they ain't got to worry about the inflation. You know, they ain't got to worry about prices going up, cost of living. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess you got a point with that.
can't even get a brick in an apartment.
Yeah, dude.
for less than $1,200 a month.
You're talking about some tiny shit.
And,
Less apartment I have.
and minimum wage is what? $8?
Yeah. Something like that.
I think it's $8.
Yeah, see, so that's the funny thing about that too, man. Is a lot of people push for minimum wage to be like 15 or 20,
Wow.
but what people don't realize is that the employees are making more than whatever they're selling or offering or anything is going to be higher.
Well,
They got to pay these motherfuckers. This boss, this company, this franchise.
So that's where inflation comes from.
And so that could also cause inflation.
These people want more money. Okay, well, if I'm having to pay these people more money, then
there goes your dollar
cost
menu.
more
There
money,
goes
right?
your
Or
lunch you can get for $10
or whatever. It's
You're gonna
now
be spending
more
20,
expensive.
25 easy for your for one motherfucker to get lunch. 20 bucks, $25 easy.
Well, I mean, I remember back in the day when fucking you can go to McDonald's and get a whole meal for $4.
Yeah.
$4 or $5. Now it's $10, $15
Right.
a meal.
That's what I'm saying. So like if you
That'd be
that's
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
If these motherfuckers out there were all making 20 an hour or more,
Well, yeah. See, so to pay them employees, and all that,
you might as well just go to and sit down in a restaurant. Be the same shit.
right? Start
then you
raising cows. Make your own.
Yeah. They made minimum wage $20 for buying a farm and shit.
Right? Well, see, but the other thing is, like, if minimum wage goes up, then you would think that everybody else's wage that are above that, they want the increase as well, and that's where there's a lot of speculation also, you know what I'm saying? If you're higher up, and so you're not going to stay
so
at that same
I mean,
rate
I don't
as
understand.
other guys.
Yeah. Like I like so to me it's like if I've ever just wanted more money I'd look for another job. Why didn't nobody do that?
Well, they are. You know, it depends.
Maybe.
It depends.
Dude, I have never had some picket sign that said make minimum wage $20. If I'm not happy where I'm at, I fucking go somewhere else.
Right. No, yeah, no doubt.
So if you're at McDonald's not happy with the pay, you should probably work somewhere. Because if you went from McDonald's to Walmart, your pay's probably going to go up.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got companies like Amazon and big companies that are taking over Walmart. And so
maybe not Walmart, man.
Well,
they're
Right, yeah.
they're competing, they're fighting, but
they're fighting.
they're fucking over there wrestling and shit right now.
No doubt.
They're over there fucking wrestling, bud. Because you can have shit sent to your house and all the shit.
I mean, it's just weird though, because I've seen even malls and stuff, dude. The malls around this area,
Dude, yeah.
they're like
Ghost town.
ghosts.
I'm surprised that they even have the fucking doors unlocked so you can walk in.
Is that?
You walk around the mall, it takes you like 15 minutes to get to wherever you're going. There's like 4 stores up.
There's only 4 stores in the whole mall. So unless you're like, a senior citizen going there to get your laps in, you can get your steps in. What else is good about the mall? It's not the same as it was 10 years ago.
Dude.
And
It's not the same as it was 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The mall used to be like a cool ass place to go. It was packed.
Yeah.
Food court. There was fucking. You could go there and do all kinds. You could do shopping and eat, and fucking get a manicure, pedicure, whatever the fuck, and then be going on about your day. You just did like all kinds of shit at one place.
So get you some clothes.
They got arcades for the kids and all this shit.
Go to Zoomies, get you a skateboard.
Yeah, man.
All that shit's all coming to an end because you can go on the interweb and order it, and it'll be delivered the same day you get it.
Right.
So I don't need to leave my house to go there.
Right.
That's crazy. And I wonder if inflation had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I mean, it probably did. Yeah, it was COVID, man. COVID fucked it all up. Man, that's a weird time.
Except for the essential workers, me and you.
Too, yeah.
We was there working through the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but even though that was even weird,
And all these people was getting mega extra money from the government and all.
Yeah, all the stimulus
Where are they
checks.
No, the government's more worried about giving money to the other countries and supplying weapons and all this bullshit elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about us.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that anybody at war is a big deal, but I mean, you should maybe clean up your own backyard before you clean up another motherfucker. Yeah, man. I totally agree with you, man. I feel like that's a hard, deep hole to get out of, man. Being homeless and like not working, and like you're asking people for money and shit.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get out of that?
I hate that, man.
How the fuck do you get out of that, dude? No way.
You know, there is like people that go around and say, hey, you know, you want a job? And then there's some homeless people, you know, that are into drugs and shit, you know, where no, they don't want a job, they want a free bump or whatever. And so, but there's a lot of homeless people that do have to drive and would to better themselves. But we need to be building like communities for them, you know, and then work with the community and you don't even make very much money, you know what I'm saying? But at least you got a house and you work your part of the community and everybody else does their part. It would be a lot better than, you know, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Up under the bridge and shit.
Yeah, but see, like, so the other thing about that, right, is like you have these people all up in this community or whatever, and then they start fucking it up.
Well,
because somebody's got to put money into that. And so then these guys are punching holes in the walls and opening up the plugs and ripping the wire out of it and fucking go scrap it and all this shit.
Yeah. True that, dude. So,
like, so I think there should be
people that don't want help.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't know. Some people get stuck in the ways, man. They get stuck on the front.
So maybe you would have to go through like a
debrief. I feel like
some kind of
if you volunteer, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It should almost be like military school. Like, you want to leave, there's this checkpoint. You know, so you can't just have this bundle of wire you're hiding under your shirt that you ripped out of the fucking little condo thing you're staying in, and you just walking the fuck out. These walls are 14 feet tall and shit. You ain't climbing that. And good luck digging a hole. How long are you gonna be there digging that damn hole with a spoon and shit?
Right.
And so, like, yeah, you want to join this and better your life, then fucking, we got all your fucking information. Fucking, there's checkpoints. You can't just leave as you please. But then you're talking about having employees and all the shit. So, like, you have a team of security there. All these guys gonna get paid and all the shit. But I mean, taxes is supposed to be for all of this shit.
Exactly.
I feel like there's enough people alive, especially in the U.S., paying taxes.
That's where our tax money should go.
That's where it should go.
Versus where
Ukraine.
It's going.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
I agree. And then the people that are working their ass off and all this, you know, should also get a little premium, a little break, whatever, you know?
Right.
Because, you know, you want it to be semi-fair. It would be unfair if, anyone could just, you know, quit their job and go live here, and, you know?
Yeah, right, yeah. But,
so you wouldn't want something like that, so I can see, like, some danger, some pros, some cons, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to weed out the riffraff with the riffraff, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Or maybe even, like, a program through the Army or something. Like, you're tired of being out here in the streets? Join the military. We have this prep course thing for you. It's like 6 months. You get some good food in you. Start running and shit. And then it's like tryouts for boot camp. And so if you're successful at it, then fucking boom. And then you can be in the Army, do 4 years or some shit, and then fucking get out. And then now, what do you want to do?
You just got some money.
Yeah, you'd be making some money, be eating every fucking day. You have a roof over your fucking head, all this fucking shit.
Right. That's smart.
Because you ain't gonna fucking be doing all that bullshit there.
Right.
You ain't gonna be doing all that bullshit there.
Nah, exactly.
They got the military police and all that fucking shit and checkpoints and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Nah, I think that would be a fucking good thing, dude.
Yeah.
If you want to, you know what I'm saying? We can sleep in the tent.
That's right. Yeah, you can sleep in a tent under the bridge and be holding up your cardboard sign. And that's the other thing. Where do these guys get the Sharpies and the cardboard? And
They
shit?
fucking go inside of a 7-Eleven or to the dumpster at 7-Eleven and find a cardboard box, rip the shit out. Then they go back inside 7-Eleven and say, hey, you got a Sharpie anymore? And this guy goes, here you go. And then they go, here you go, thanks. And they go right back out to that motherfucking corner. Because I was in line at a 7-Eleven one time and this dude was doing that shit.
See, but it's weird because years ago, people would be busting my bag. Like, they would be you and I, normal people, and then they'll go and fucking put on their little costume to look homeless and they drive their Maserati and
Right.
go park over here and then go stand on the side of the road. And people then were, a lot more giving than they are today, just due to the numbers of homeless people. And so back then they would be making big bucks.
Yeah, yeah. I heard of a documentary that they made on that, and there was a couple that did that shit. They're making about $150,000 a year.
See, that's big bucks.
That's fucking big bucks.
Big bucks.
They had a nice 2-story house, Mercedes, all the shit.
Yeah.
And the people that made this documentary were filming these people and shit, and they didn't even know.
Well,
And they fucking made a documentary on their ass and exposed the fuck out of them and all this shit, bro.
That's pretty wild.
That is wild, man.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's why it's illegal in Texas. I seen a cop busting a guy doing that shit on my way to work one day.
I've been seeing signs going up now saying, "Don't give money to the homeless."
That shit. See, it sucks for the guys that really are and really need it.
Well, if they really are and really need it, then they need to be going to the homeless shelters and stuff. We do have homeless shelters around, that
Yeah, but I've heard
get a
some
meal.
I've heard some shit about those places, man. Like, I've worked with this girl at a
Raping
hotel.
ladies.
Yeah, I've heard that it can get a little hanky-janky up in that
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Because it all depends on who's running the show, right? These guys care or they don't.
Right.
These motherfuckers are just trying to get a paycheck. They're worried about the kid
Government
calling them
funded.
and all this fucking...
Yeah. My tax dollars.
They're fucking
tax
just waiting until it's time to clock out and fucking get the fuck out of there and shit. So fucking, yeah. I've heard some hanky-janky shit going on in there, man.
True.
Some people are scared to go.
True. Yeah.
Feel like they're safer right there on the street than fucking going there. That's what I'm saying, man. The government has to get involved because police have to be involved or the military has to be involved in that. You gotta have somebody you can trust that's gonna fucking not let the bullshit fly.
Right.
And so both of them signed this paper saying, I dedicate my life to fucking others or whatever in the same head. And so that's who you want out there, man. Not just some regular ass motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how I feel, man.
No, I agree.
But I feel like homelessness isn't even a thing in other parts of the world, man.
Well, I think it's
Like,
a
they
thing.
don't let that shit fly.
I think it's a thing everywhere, but it's definitely
Major here.
yeah, and much less in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they do different things like free health care, different things, so and look out for each other. They have better, not necessarily better, but different, ways to keep the community calm, right? Because, like, here, something insane happens, like someone wins the Super Bowl, these motherfuckers are gonna go to that town and fucking burn it down.
That's what's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's so good.
They'll go burn their fucking hometown.
We did a good job. Let's tear it up.
Yeah. Let's loot. We're going and breaking into all these companies and all that shit.
That shit's wild.
That's why.
That shit's wild. I mean, it's like, I don't know. So,
That's what's happening.
what do they? How do they act when they lose? When they lose the damn Super Bowl, what is their reaction? Everybody acts right.
Yeah.
Everybody's behaving like a motherfucker. They lost Super Bowl and shit.
Yeah, see, that's wild, man.
It's just weird, bro. People are fucking weird as shit, man. Drink a little alcohol and do a little white sugary powder. And the fucking next thing you know, Town's on fire because your NFL team did such a good job, dude. It's like your boss coming up to you and be like, man, you've been doing a good fucking job. Bam! Punch you right in the fucking mouth.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for everything you've done.
Right. Right.
Fuck, man. Shit.
Yeah. It's sad, you know what's going on.
Yeah, man, you know,
Shouldn't be like that.
it shouldn't fucking be like that, man.
The inflation
Hey,
shouldn't be so
when the
high,
Rangers
bro.
won-
It shouldn't be so expensive.
Yeah, man.
Housing shouldn't be so expensive. Businesses should be able to be open. It should all be reasonably priced, and then everybody's all having, you know, living their life, their best life. Instead, you know, it ain't like that.
Not at all.
It ain't like that.
Around here in the U.S., man, money talks, and that's it.
That's it.
It's sink or swim, bud. It's just like every day, you just worry about the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and the next year. All this shit, man.
Right.
Alright, dude, let's see what the next thing says. Even though that was good, man. Just like, you know, it's good talking about that shit. Alright, so it says that inflation has been an issue since the 1970s.
What happened in
No,
the
so-
70s? The acid and the mushrooms and shit, the price went up. And
These guys were all Looney Tunes on fucking drugs, and they were like, fuck, raise the price on this shit.
yeah.
I guess so. Hey, that could be a possibility. Inflation tends to crop up after wars as the economy returns to a peacetime rhythm. I thought it kind of helped. I heard somebody talking about that shit.
So no, it gets worse. After the war, done. We done spent all this money.
Yeah, see, that is the thing.
So now we need to remake all this money.
And so the motherfucking taxpayers paid. Climbing oil prices are also a common culprit. Are the most well-known period of lasting inflation caused by two oil supply-related issues. Oil prices also spurred inflation in the late 1980s and early 1990s, but it wasn't much of a concern in the U.S. again until 2022.
Wow. Yeah, see, because like I can see oil because everything's always about the oil. That's what the
Dude,
wars, all that shit's all about, dude. But back in the day, you could get gas for like 25 cents. My parents, you know what I'm saying? Our parents fucking was buying gas 25 cents a gallon. Now it's fucking $4 a gallon.
Shit. Easy.
You know?
I've seen it that before.
Yeah. It depends on where you're at too. You know, we're lucky here in Texas. We got, you know, decently low prices compared to, you know, California,
Oh,
New
yeah.
York, Hawaii. But can you imagine the gas prices in Hawaii, Jim?
Fuck all that.
Yeah. Man, what a house costs in Hawaii?
Yeah, it's expensive to just fucking show up
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be fucking riding around with one of them hogs or something if I would have lived out there. No
Oh,
fucking
right.
straight hog life. Put a saddle on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Some asset classes have historically thrived during periods of high inflation. Treasury inflation protected securities are bonds that can adjust their principal to account for rising or falling inflation, which means their interest payments adjust too for equity investors. Companies with purchasing power can pass higher costs onto consumers. Yeah, I think they all do it like that.
That's what inflation is, basically. It's these people
Don't
have a
hit
product,
over.
they're gonna can increase the price of that product because someone wants it. So if you got something that someone wants, you start out at this price. They're buying it up. Well, shit, I can't keep up. I better raise the price. Then they're still buying. All right, let me raise the price again. They're still gonna buy, especially when it comes to groceries and food and shit like that. You gotta have it. Gas, you gotta have it. So I can totally see where the companies are raising their prices, causing inflation. That's what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, if you can slow it down, that's better than stopping it. So if you're raising the price and it slows it down a little bit, you're still making, still selling.
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of a win-win.
Right. That's wild. That's interesting.
Yeah. So the inflation rate in the U.S. was 3.4% in 2023. Holy shit! It was 6.5% in 2022.
Yes, in 2022, that was when it was real hard to buy houses. That was when the housing market was the highest for selling.
Yeah.
The cost of the houses was way high. Same thing with vehicles. They was even saying when I bought my truck, it's a 2019, and they was offering me like the same amount that I bought it for, as that they wanted to buy it back from me, and that they would sell it for much more than what they sold it to me for a couple of years after I done buying it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And the interest rates were fucking through the roof. And so now, fucking finally, it's coming back down. They're back to decent norm. When it comes to vehicles, even the selling market for houses, I think it's dwindled down.
Yeah.
It's weird how all that shit fluctuates, based on the economy, based on inflation.
Yeah. Straight up.
That's pretty wild.
Fucking crazy. Oh shit! It was 7% in 2021.
Yeah, that was during COVID.
Yeah, that was like when it first started, right?
Yeah.
The inflation rate in July 2024 was 2.9. Not bad.
Yeah.
That just passed.
Went back down, just stayed where it was, which is good,
Right.
rather than going up and up and up and keep climbing. You don't want it to keep climbing.
Well, so we started out. Oh yeah, you're right. This year's passed. So apparently, inflation is slowing down now.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Let's hope that it
stays there.
But like I said, it's always when the presidential election, so it depends on who gets in office, whether it's going to stay, go up, go down. You don't know.
It's rough times, buddy.
It's rough times.
So the Federal Reserve's target for inflation is 2% over the long term. So
that's what they're.
We're close to it right now, apparently. The goal is 2% always, apparently. For the feds.
Yeah.
Inflation has weakened the purchasing power of the U.S. dollar in recent years. I think I already read that.
Yeah. Definitely has.
The East-South Central region had the highest annual increase in consumer prices, followed by the South Atlantic region.
And that's wild. The East was high.
Yeah, they had the highest annual increase in consumer prices, and then right behind them was South Atlantic
It
region.
used to be like New York, Florida.
I feel like that's probably the case, even if inflation's all right.
Everything in between. Yeah, it depends on where you're at, prime location.
Right, yeah, that's true. Yeah, relocated.
Right. Close to the beach, beautiful weather.
Yeah, prices have increased steadily in the U.S. since World War II, but there have been high inflation episodes throughout history,
Of course.
just like climate change.
Every time there's a fucking little war or whatever the fuck, we go and give all these people a bunch of money, and then all our shit goes way high to at least try to make some of that money back. And we never make any of that money back. Dude. We're still like trillions in debt as far as the states. You know? I mean, what really have you gained? Except for a bunch of homeless people that can't fucking afford to fucking buy groceries and can't afford fucking,
Yeah.
But,
That's fucked, man.
yeah.
That is funny.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but there have been high, yeah, so there have been inflation, secure. I already read that shit too. Yeah, so that's it for the article on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. So far, looking like it's doing better,
Looking like inflation's, coming
but it could always
ease.
do the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, because we're still at war, right? Right now with the whole Hamas and Israel and all that. So
Ukraine, Russia. I guess that's still going on. Nobody talks about it anymore.
yeah, no, yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about it ending.
Definitely still going on. Yeah, exactly. Never had anything. There's been even recent, things where they got drones and bombs going over and all this. It's kind of scary. When we're talking about Israel and stuff like that.
Yeah, my mom sent me a video. I mean, it looked like they were having a festival or something. So Israel's got like, these things that will like lock onto a missile and it'll shoot, and it'll just turn that missile into dust.
Anti-missiles or whatever.
Yeah. Or it'll make it explode, right?
I think
And
we
so,
got the same kind of vehicles.
yeah, we do, yeah. And so they had like an aerial footage of the sky where Hamas or whatever was shooting missiles over and Israel was shooting them out of the sky, and it was like 4th of July. It looked like, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
4th of July. It didn't look like nothing scary. It was just like you just see this thing.
It looked like fireworks going on.
Yeah, it looked like fireworks, man. It was just like they were just one after another, after another, after another, after another. I mean, it was like an hour, 30 minutes. Where do you even get all this shit?
Yeah. Us.
Probably.
Yes, sir.
Probably, but
That's why we're there. Here's all this.
it's a crazy place, man. Crazy times, Jimmy.
It's wild.
Crazy times, dude.
So the inflation's still here, but it's coming to an ease.
It's easing down. We're at 2.9 right now. So that's a long ways from 7.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. During
Seven.
COVID and shit,
Yeah,
it fucking really raised everything. Put everybody out there in the house, then the government saying, where's all my tax money, Because business owners have to pay taxes on their business, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're closing down all these businesses, then there's no tax money coming into the government from your thing. And also, it's destroying your economy, right?
Right.
Like we was close to another Great Depression.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
Yeah, we was close.
Yeah, they were talking about it.
And so luckily things are turning around. And
I wonder what helped us get out of the Great Depression back in the day.
yeah,
But how do you just turn around from that?
right. And see,
What
it was
changed?
weird. Like during the Great Depression was also prohibition. So like you couldn't create alcohol. They shut down.
Well, they was doing it, but they're legally as fuck.
Underground, like,
Good old lounge.
tax free.
Tax
Just like
free, baby.
drug deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Same shit.
Speaking of, dude, I seen this deal earlier today that
They just busted these people with $5 million worth of fucking crystal meth, looking like watermelons. They fucking packaged that shit up looking like watermelons. Had a truck full of watermelons. All that shit was meth. $5 million worth. So what do you think the government does with that? You just get $5 million worth of meth, and what do?
You give it to our Navy SEALs and Marines and shit.
Hell no. Well, yeah. No, but they ship that shit right back to this other country to fucking be selling it to them hooking up. You know what I'm saying?
You think so?
Yeah. What else are you gonna do with it? Bury it? Burn it? I mean, what do you do?
Maybe they do. We got a bunch of meth heads
Hey,
around.
Hitler was a huge meth head.
Dude, he was hitting it up, man.
Yeah, I've seen some videos.
He was
of
tweaking,
this stuff.
dude.
He was tweaking like a mug.
He was whacked out, man.
Yeah.
That dude was
It's like, what do we do with all those fucking drugs that we confiscate? What do we do with them? For it? Give it right back to them?
They turn around and slang it, dude. They should be giving it to the homeless people.
They are. I mean, all the homeless people that I see, they're homeless, but they're still somehow fucking
They're over
addicts.
there fucking talking to themselves and
Yeah.
shit.
They're all somehow still addicts.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, dude.
Yeah. It's gonna what?
What's the DEA for, man?
Right.
Was it tobacco, drugs, and guns?
That's why the inflation's at a 2-3% right now. It's because we keep busting them and giving it right back, ship it back out to their countries. There you go. Good luck. We'll bust you bitch ass again. Ship it back.
Oh, so this is a good old circle.
I don't know, So, I can see it. I don't put it past us.
You got a point with that, man.
I don't put it past us.
Fucking hate you. It's a crazy world, y'all.
Crazy world.
Hey, at least inflation's going down.
At least inflation going down.
Hopefully it stay that way. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, man.
Good talk.
Yeah, I'm mad, dude. I can get it up.
All right. Stay.
Yeah, that's rad, dude.
Yeah. So, thanks y'all for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday, 5:30 Central Time. Until next time.